Rated M for mature.
Greetings, Deadhunters. A horrifying world full of danger and decay awaits you in the most immersive zombie army experience yet, Zombie Army VR. You've been given an important mission, but before we throw you to the undead wolves, the kind souls at Survivor HQ have constructed a resource that'll hopefully help you get to your objective and back in one piece. This advanced survival guide will cover some recommendations to make your journey as comfortable as possible, as well as a few helpful tips to help you find your personal zombie slaying playstyle. Be sure to also check out our beginner's guide for even more tips and tricks to get you prepared for the upcoming zombie onslaught. So straighten up and pay attention, Deadhunter. Your briefing starts now. Before you don your VR headset and dive into the world of Zombie Army VR, you should take some time to make sure that your immediate area is prepped for the mission. Take a few minutes to ensure your play area is free from potential dangers, including tripping hazards, appliances, discarded ammunition, severed limbs, pets, small children, etc. Now that your space is prepared, Survivor HQ recommends hydrating yourself and partaking in some light stretches. Fighting off the zombie hordes can be strenuous, and a limber Deadhunter is far more effective than a stiff one. The final step in HQ's recommended preparations is to double-check your VR boundary settings, or establish them if you haven't already, as this will further prevent injury to yourself and others as well as damage to personal property. Consult your headset settings for more details. With final preparations complete, you're ready to determine how you'll embark on your mission. Zombie Army VR offers two possible gameplay positions, sitting or standing. HQ recommends the seated position for Deadhunters with limited space, as well as recruits who are unfamiliar with VR settings, while standing is more suited for VR veterans, those with plenty of space, or Deadhunters seeking the most immersive experience possible. For seated Deadhunters, make sure you're in a comfortable position and be mindful of your posture. For standing Deadhunters, it's recommended that you engage in your mission facing away from any TVs or computer monitors that you'd rather not strike or knock over. Once you're settled in, you can adjust the associated in-game settings accordingly. You can find the play mode setting in the calibrate height menu in the comfort options. Make sure you adjust your height settings to match your position for the most immersive experience. Unless you're using a wireless VR system, now would be a good time to manage your cables so that they don't get in the way during gameplay. Some Deadhunters may be susceptible to VR-induced motion sickness. To mitigate this and ensure a comfortable experience, there are many settings that can be tweaked in the comfort menu, such as Screen Vignette, Cinematic Cam, and Camera Shake. Screen Vignette darkens the edges of your perspective and offers a few different options to adjust the severity of the effect, while Cinematic Cam and Camera Shake can either allow or prevent unnecessary camera movement that could contribute to motion sickness. Aside from motion sickness settings, the comfort menu also has settings that allow you to adjust the accessibility of your weapon and equipment belt, moving them higher or lower and closer or further from your virtual body. Seated players will find these settings particularly helpful, as they might not have the full range of movement a standing player has. It's not included in your standard kit, but headphones or earbuds are recommended for the most comfortable, immersive Zombie Army VR experience. With proper sound isolation and directional audio, you'll be able to better maintain situational awareness and listen for audio cues that could imply impending danger. Zombies can't help but make noise after all, but at least you can use that to your advantage. In the absence of personal listening devices, the proximity radar setting in the comfort menu will translate audio cues into visual guides that will appear on your HUD to alert you to the direction of potential danger. Now that your comfort and settings are locked in, you're ready for the next important step in tackling your mission, determining your personal play style. The first phase in accomplishing this is taking the time to discover everything Zombie Army VR has to offer in terms of weapons and tactics. While a trusty rifle might be a good tool for most situations, trying out all of the guns in your arsenal might help you construct a flexible loadout that can dig you out of any situation. HQ recommends testing each weapon in as many situations as possible, making good use of the gun range and even replaying missions to get the most accurate impression possible. With enough experimentation, you'll discover a playstyle that works perfectly for you. And don't forget to use support items like mines and grenades when the situation calls for it. Your standard, run-of-the-mill zombies don't pose much of a threat on their own. Individually, they're easy enough to eliminate at medium to long range before they become actively dangerous to you. This doesn't mean that you should underestimate them though, because they can outnumber and overwhelm you pretty quickly. However, there are certain types of zombies that can pose a serious threat if even one or two show up. Aberrant zombies like suiciders, armored giants, and sniper zombies require special tactics, and they can ruin your day in a hurry. So you need to know how to deal with them as quickly as possible. You'll learn to identify these aberrants and their weaknesses during your mission, but here are a few tips straight from HQ. Suiciders move fast and they'll rush to get you wherever you are. Either take them out as quickly as possible with a well-placed shot, or drop a mine in their path of approach and get away in a hurry. Armored zombies are heavy-duty and pack some firepower of their own. They can tank plenty of damage to their torso and extremities, but 2 swift shots to the head, one to remove their helmet, another to penetrate their skull, will drop them in a flash. Sniper zombies might be the most serious threat you'll face in the field. They'll attack you from a vantage point while the horde chases you down, making it difficult to take them out. Because of this, the recommended procedure for sniper zombies is to find them and take them out first, even when the horde is an active threat. Locate their vantage point, switch to a long-range weapon, and return a little sniper fire of your own. These tips should help you in the field, but keep in mind, you might encounter other aberrant zombies with their own dangers and tactics. Remember to focus on them and learn their weaknesses first before dealing with other threats. With a versatile loadout and extensive knowledge of your undead opposition, you should have a much better idea of your personal playstyle. Congratulations, you're a full-blown Deadhunter now. However, there's one more point that HQ would like to stress, and that's to continue learning and evolving. Don't feel locked into a particular loadout or tactic as you progress through your mission. If you feel like trying something new or experimenting with something outside of what you've already established, it's highly encouraged that you do so. Your knowledge and skills will only grow with the more experience you gain, so it makes sense to alter your playstyle according to that new knowledge. That concludes this briefing. Well, this mission won't be easy. We hope that the guidance provided here will help you make it as comfortable and efficient as possible. With focused, determined Deadhunters like you fighting for us, humanity might just stand a chance. Zombie Army VR is out now on Steam VR, PlayStation VR 2, and MetaQuest platforms.